Hello and welcome to this full tutorial and overview of how to use the free online video editor from Canva. Canva is that one-stop shop for creators if you're looking to design YouTube thumbnails, edit video, photo, music stuff. They just continually release new fun stuff. So this is just the full overview and tutorial on how to use their video editor. So it is online or web-based, so it's not like something that you download. Now, you can use it on desktop and mobile. This is going to primarily focus on the desktop version of the editor because, in my mind, it's kind of the best bang for your buck, and you get a little bit of everything within it to where you can just complete and do videos of any size or shape. So what you want to do is go ahead and go to canva.com. Once you are over here on canva.com, you want to log in or sign up for Canva if you haven't already. I have a pro plan. I recommend the Canva Pro plan. You can use my link down below to sign up. It'll help me out, but it'll also help you out because you'll get a little discount on that as well. So definitely go check that out if you haven't already. You'll be able to pull like premium stock video, stock pictures and music into your projects, but it's not a must. You can do this with or without the pro account. You can just sign up for a base Canva account. And then once you're here, you've logged in, you're on canva.com, you want to hover over Design Spotlight. And then under Photos and Videos, you want to go to where you see the video editor. Now, there is one that says YouTube Video Editor. If we click into that briefly, this basically will give you like templates with like intros and outros and things like that. It's basically the same thing thematically, but it's more tailored for YouTube. But for me personally, I like to use just the general video editor by clicking on the video editor here. And then when you're ready to go, you just click the button here that says Edit a Video. And then it'll open up a new tab with the video editor kind of interface kind of first and forefront here. So as you can see, right off the bat, that we have a sidebar over here with all of our elements. We have recent uploads, and then we have elements here provided by Canva, and then we have some other things here that we will go through as the tutorial progresses. Now, I highly recommend you watch everything. I will have highlight kind of timestamps below to show you if you're looking for one particular section, but I would recommend watching it in the entirety as you'll get a better grasp as to what the tool is capable of. So here we have our main interface. So as you see here, the kind of main thing that you're seeing here is what the video is going to look like. Currently, there's nothing underneath here in the timeline. This down below is going to be your timeline. Now, how do you import your video clips or footage to get them over here? Very easy. You go to the sidebar, you go to Uploads on the left-hand side, go over to Videos, and then where you see Upload Files, you just go to Upload Files, and then it brings up a section, whether you're on a Mac or a PC, it doesn't matter, your File Explorer, where you can find and locate your videos. So I'm going to go here, go to a couple of my completed videos here, and then what I'll do is I'll find that video and I'll either double click on it or click on open, and that will drag it into our Media Explorer or File Explorer over here on Canva, where we can just select or click on the video here and it'll automatically populate into the timeline here. Now, depending on the dimension that you want your video to be, natively, it's going to be 1920 by 1080 or 1080p. You can drag your video around with the drag and drop tool here. It will auto lock into the corner there. And then you can see the little dots there is where you can drag left, right, up, or down to increase or decrease the size of the video or scale of the video. As you can see, as I've highlighted and I continue to hold down my mouse, the width is 1920 and the height is 1080. I would leave it at that. If you ever did want to edit that, what you could do is you could go up here to Resize, and then under Resize here, you can change the width and height to be 4K dimensions or whatever you may want it to be. But the beauty of Canva is underneath the Resize option here is it's going to give you like, are you looking to do an Instagram story? Are you looking to do an email newsletter, infographic? It's going to have a template sizes for specific things like brochures, note cards, different things like that. So it's going to allow you to see that they're going to be templates for different things like a logo, presentation. I love that. I really do love that. So that's how you resize your document or your overall video size. Now, once we have our video imported, we have dragged it into our timeline. We will see down below here, we can click and hold and go left to right into our timeline here. You can also decrease or increase the size of the video on your screen here by just zooming in or out by clicking and holding the drag or scrubber button here. I like to keep mine about like that there, just so I get a good view. And I also want to see the outsides of my video. If I drag and drop anything in or it's coming in or out, I like to see kind of where the in and out points may be. So that's kind of the main interface of the Canva editor. That's how you bring video footage in and insert it into your timeline. Now, if you wanted to, you could select by just highlighting or clicking in the timeline into a specific time frame of the video. And then if I just right-click on the timeline where my playhead is, which is this line right here, I can actually go and I can split. So where it says split page, I can click split page, and that's going to split the clips here, where there's going to be now a hard cut between the two, where I now can click the edges of these clips on my timeline like you see here, and I can drag and drop them, put them before or after certain elements. So again, the hotkey for that is S, so wherever you put your playhead, you just click S on your keyboard, and that will indeed split that video. If you want to remove or delete something, you just select that clip, and then you just tap the backspace or delete button on your keyboard, and that will remove said video. Now, there are different elements within Canva. Over here on the left-hand sidebar, we are going to see something that says elements. So we'll have our elements here, and then we can scroll down to where we can see kind of video and photo elements. Again, I do have the pro version of Canva, so I do have access to all of these things. Depending on whether you want to have the pro version or not is really up to you. I'm going to remove the video that we've added now, and I'm going to add something here into our video, kind of some stock video footage without audio so it doesn't mess up the tutorial. So I'm going to add a couple of video clips here, stock video clips, as you can see them playing through. Now, you can see it's very easy to just drag and drop once you have media over here into your timeline. Now, what can we do once we have dropped that media into our timeline? Now, you can select said video footage here on this, and you can right-click on it, you can comment on it, you can detach from the background. There are so many different things that we can do. Now, what I want to show you is how to insert titles and audio as well, because you may have separate titles and audios that you want to add. Now, let's start with text or titles. Over here on the left-hand side, we're going to see something that says text. We have untitled brand kit text here, which is just the general or generic text. And then we have like recently used, if I've used some text before, I'm going to use this guy right here. And I'm just going to click and hold and drag that over to our video. Now, I found it, I don't like it, so I select it. And you're going to see once it's highlighted a trash can here. If we click that, it's going to delete that via the trash can icon there. And then I can go back over and click and hold another text and bring that over to my video. I do like this one. So using the alignment grid or alignment lines here that Canva has so conveniently provided, I can center that within my project there, and it really does help me and make it a lot easier to make things look aligned within it. If you've ever used Photoshop or something like that, it's going to be very familiar to you. So once we have aligned it the way we want here, we have our text. You can just double click within the text, and then you can just go ahead and just type whatever your title or text needs to be. If you need to, you can click these little handlebars here or circle dots here on the edges, and you can increase or decrease the size of said title by just dragging left or right. Now, once we've typed it in here, we can click it with our selection tool, and we can just move that wherever we want all around our video. And as you can see, if we hit the space bar and play the video back like I'm going to do now, that title will be stationary or stagnant throughout the entire clip because we've placed it on that clip. Now, if we wanted that, we could hit the three dots here, and if we wanted to, we could send backward. That's going to remove it. It's going to send it all the way back of the project. Or if there's other elements, we can even hit the dots and send forward, as you can see, or bring forward or to the front to make sure that nothing ever is on top of the text. So this is going to be our title screen. I'm going to drag that over here to the left because it's the beginning segment or section of my video. So that's how you play around with text. Again, you have the general text up here by just clicking and selecting that. And then you have the pro text down here that you can use. Really, it just depends on kind of what you want to use, okay? Or we can even add a text box by going to add a text box, and that's going to add a text box where we can have a more kind of control by selecting the font, the size of the font, the color of the font. It's more of a kind of customized thing, more as opposed to the templated version, which I just showed you. So if I wanted to, I can remove the one I added. I can add a text box here, and you can see the general text box comes available to me here, where I can double click into it. I can go up here and change the fonts by using the font selection tool here. I can change the size by increasing or decreasing, and you can do some other text formatting up here. So if you've used any text formatting tool like Microsoft Word, Google Docs, you're going to be familiar with how to handle and edit your text there as well. So I'm going to now bring our title back by just going to Command or Control Z, which will undo things. If you want to see that on the editor, you have the undo tool up here. It's the back arrow, and then you have the forward-facing arrow, which is redo, which will bring back things that maybe you need to go back from. All right, so that is text or titles within the Canva Video Editor. Next, what you're going to want to do is you may want to add audio. So if we go to Uploads here, if you remember when we uploaded our video footage, I told you to click on the Video tab. Next, to do audio, you obviously need to go to the Audio tab. You can drag media here, or you can connect to Google Drive or Dropbox. I like to just drag media in. So what I'm going to do is open up a File Explorer here on my Mac. I'm going to go to some audio, and then what I'm going to do is I am going to bring in some audio here for another tutorial. I just click and hold and drag that into the section here. Or what you can do is you can go to Upload Files by clicking that button there, and it'll bring up a File Explorer for you. And the last thing that you can do is you could even record yourself or record your voiceover directly within the editor here. You just have to give the browser you're using access to your microphone or camera. It'll bring up a little pop-up that says use your camera or microphone, and then you would just click allow, and then that would bring up your microphone, and then you just hit the record button, and then you'll have audio directly into your studio here. Very, very simple. All right, and once you have your audio, how do you manipulate it and place it into your project so you have audio in your project? What you would do is once you have it here, whether you have recorded it or you have uploaded, it doesn't matter. You'll see a play button here. We can play this. I'm going to do that now just really quickly. I'm going to press the play button, device. As you can see here, and as you can tell, the audio will begin to play. Now, what I want to do is I want to click and hold and drag this audio. Now, when I start dragging my audio, look what happens. As you can see, the audio opens up a new track underneath the video. So if you want to have background audio playing while your video is playing, you will see here that I can drag this here. Now, I have an audio track that I want to use. I'm going to upload file, and I am going to go, and I know that I want to use this audio track here, and I'm going to import that into the Canva Video Editor. And then I'm going to just click and hold. You can see it's still importing. You can see by the progress bar underneath that. You can click and hold, and as you can tell, I want that to start around right there, the beginning of the video. Now, how do I decrease or increase the volume of said audio? What you want to do is just select the audio within your timeline, and you know it's selected because it'll be highlighted or glowing a specific color. Mine is purple. Yours may be something different. And then once it's selected here, what you want to do is you want to right-click, and you're going to see that you can split the audio like you can video by using split audio, or you can go to volume here. Clicking on volume brings up a volume slider here in the upper portion of your screen. I want this to be background music. There may be voiceover in front of it, so I want this to be fairly low. So I'm going to decrease this to about, 18, 17. We'll leave it at 17. Now when the video plays, we'll go ahead and hit the space bar to play the video. We are going to hear a little bit of background music, okay? So I'm going to pause it now. If you need to readjust, you just right-click, go to volume, and you're good to go. If you want to fade in or fade out, you just right-click audio effects, or audio effects when you select the audio will be up here. For you to fade in, I want it to be about a 3-second fade in, and I want it to be about a 3.5-second fade out. So now when the video starts to play right here with the audio plays, you can see it's going to have a nice little fade in effect as well as fade out towards the end, okay? Again, you can split audio by putting your playhead where you want it, right-clicking on the audio track, and go to split audio. As you can see, there are now 2 separate audio tracks we can manipulate and move and adjust individually, which is a very important thing to do. So now we've covered video, we've covered titles, and we've covered audio. I want to close the tutorial out by showing you some more, not really advanced, but some more other kind of fleshed out features that you can do here within the Canva Video Editor. Obviously, if you want to title your video or project, you go up here where it says title in the upper corner here, and you just give your video a title right there. You type it in, and that's going to be, when it exports, what it's going to be saved as. Now, speaking of exporting, how do you export a video once you're done? Right here, you'll see a big share button. You want to click the share button here. And what you want to do is you want to download that video, okay? You can share it with folks via Facebook. You can share a watch link on YouTube if you have all of that set up. But I like to go to download. And when I go to download, there will be under file type, multiple different file types as to what I could save this as. Since it is a video, I want this to be an MP4 video. If you're creating GIFs, you can do that as well, which is a fun thing. And I want it to be 1080. Now, if you have a premium Canva account, you can increase this to, say, 4K by dragging it over to the right. But again, I'm going to leave it at 1080 for the purposes of the video. Now, what does it mean here under selected pages? As you can tell, Canva calls each video clip here or segment a page. There's a blank one here as the video opens. There is the stock video footage that I added. So here, when we are downloading the video, we can actually export only segments of our video, but I highly recommend you just keep all pages. You go here and go to all pages and have everything. That'll make sure you get your video from start to finish. If you're wondering why it's segmented or you're not exporting your entire video, this could be your problem. And then when you're ready to go, you just click the download button here, and it will begin the download process. As you can see, there'll be a progress bar here as it downloads, and it will download to your downloads folder on your Mac or PC, depending on where you are, what software you're using. All right, so that's how you export. And then a couple other things here on the left-hand side. We'll see something called elements. Within Canva, you have different elements. There's like stickers, animated graphics, there's photos, there's videos, and then there's audio as well. We have infographic things, we have frames that we can add. All of these things will be over here. If I wanted to add a frame, I could click and hold that. I could add a frame there. And then if I could, I could even go over here and add an image to that frame by selecting that and moving that around. You kind of see the beauty of using Canva because everything is just drag and drop, right? And if you do have the premium version of Canva, you have so many different tools at your disposal. And so you do have that over there. And then under projects, you're going to see here that this is a specific design here. It's called Title Video. If I wanted to, I could create a folder for YouTube videos and TikTok videos by just going to create folder. And then it would be a folder that I could share with my team if they use Canva as well, or just myself. So if these are going to be just YouTube videos, I create a folder, go to continue, and now I have a specific folder called YouTube videos where I can go and drag a project like this and drag that into said folder. And now I can have all of that kind of segmented together, okay? And all of that's going to be under projects, and then it'll show up on the sidebar as well. And I can click the X if I want to remove that folder from the sidebar. Next, we have the apps. Now, apps are really cool. Just know that Canva does have apps like this one here. It's called Pixton. You can click an app and then click the Use button here, and it will allow you to see different things. Like this one allows you to provide animated kind of characters here where we can go and we can resize them and play around with them. So there are so many different things. Like as this video will play back now, you'll have your little guy there. So understanding that there are some really neat apps that you can use. That's probably another video in itself in regards to utilizing which apps, what app works best. And we also have like AI things coming out for Canva. There's so many different things that Canva can do. The capabilities are almost endless. You can see we have like QR code apps, GIF apps, YouTube. There's so many different apps, and I'm not really going to go over that today. Just know that is possible to do with Canva. Now, if you've watched this and you still have a question, put that in the comment section below. I'll get to it as soon as I can, okay? And if this video helped you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe this with others so they also can utilize this full tutorial video. And I will see you guys in the next video.